Tonight, an inside look at a showdown. Sunday's Cowboy-Niner game on Up Close Primetime. This is Texas Stadium, home of the Dallas Cowboys. Good evening, everybody. I'm Roy Firestone. This is Up Close Primetime. On Sunday, in what figures to be the game of the year in professional football, the Cowboys host the team that dethroned them in the NFC Championship game 1 year ago. The Celtics had the Lakers, Ali had Frazier, Palmer had Nicholas, and the Cowboys have the 49ers. Tonight, we've got the principal figures for both teams. For the 49ers, Steve Young on his status for Sunday's game. Jerry Rice on the dire straits in San Francisco. And Niner coach George Seifert on if indeed the Niners really are on the brink. But first, the Dallas Cowboys' deadliest 1-2 punch. Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin. You're looking at the portrait of a beaten team. Battered, but not broken, beaten.
I wanted to win that game more than anything. I wanted to kick their butt. I really did. Bad, too.
At the end of last year's NFC Championship game, the San Francisco 49ers ended the Dallas Cowboys' dream of 3 consecutive Super Bowl titles. And the pain endured long after the final gun sounded.
Roy, it was a hell of a slap. It really was.
It really was. I don't know if it was because they were just that great, just that good. They were good that particular day. But we handed them off a lot. We really did.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something, Roy. We had got fat on the hog a little. You know what I mean? Meaning we were enjoying it.
Riding that pony.
We were world champions back to back, man. I don't care what you say, man. We were having a great time. I mean, we were.
There still was no way that I could see anybody beating us because I felt like we had a great team.
I didn't either. We would always find a way to win, and it didn't happen.
And I believe that.
And that was that slap of reality.
That was a slap of reality.
Lose.
What do you know now that you didn't know a year ago? Maybe that's part of it. But what do you know now that you didn't know a year ago that you're going to take into this regular season?
We know that they can beat us.
We know that anybody can beat us.
We know anybody can beat us.
The 49ers and the Cowboys, the closest thing pro sports has to a holy war. When Dwight Clark caught Joe Montana's legendary pass in the Cowboys' end zone at Candlestick Park, it began a decade of San Francisco domination of Dallas. But since the NFC Championship game in 1992, the Cowboys have battled back to hold a 3-2 edge. It has been a series of emotion, of pride, and of ferocity. And Smith and Irvin can't disguise their feelings about Sunday's game.
The San Francisco game is clearly the measuring stick by which the rest of the team and everybody say it's all measured in the NFL. It's the measuring stick. This is a great challenge. Man, I open my arms and welcome it like no other. I mean, we enjoy it. You know, we heard last year, and I remember hearing the things about him and oh, he quit running and these things. Man, that thing, it did bug us. It really bothered us.
It bugged me.
And it affected. And I would get on them about, man, they say you quit, man. They say, okay. Daryl, you know, Daryl Johnson, he don't want to run in.
He didn't want to stick his head in there.
Yeah, these type things.
These kind of things came out
of who?
Coming out of
from players themselves.
The 49er players said this?
49er players. I couldn't believe it. And
anybody that we would know?
Yeah, some stuff.
We all know. What do you mean?
Everybody know all the 49er players over there.
Yeah, who wish to identify.
They said no, but
there's really no need to identify.
I'd like to know. I would like to know.
They know who they are.
And they talk about it, and it was kind of shattering because you know, you pride yourself on being that great football player like he prides himself on being. He's always been a warrior. Yeah, he's always been a warrior. Why would you even say those things? And yeah, it affected us, and it bothered you that much more going into that game, and we weren't healthy, and we know we weren't playing healthy. And it's not an excuse. They beat us.
They beat us.
It's not an excuse. They beat us, but we weren't healthy. Now, if you don't have somebody healthy, or totally healthy, and we beat you, you lost. Don't say anything. I ain't got to say anything. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't want to hear.
Maybe a quarterback by the name of Steve.
I didn't say that. Just say you played the game and you lost. That's what we did.
But you know what they're going to say.
I don't care what they say.
Steve Young, shoulder. He's got a bad shoulder.
Hey, hell, I got a bad shoulder right now myself.
Man, my shoulders are killing me. My knees, my ankles.
I got a bad shoulder right now myself.
I mean, since I've been running, they've been killing my shoulder.
Yeah, that's how come he's not blocking right now, preserving it in.
How about this? Jerry stirred it up a few weeks ago. I'm talking about Jerry Rice now.
Yeah.
You know what? You wait till we get to this game with Dion. We'll see what Dion's. We have some pretty good football players here.
They do.
Yeah.
They really do. Honest to God, they got it.
You got your man now. You got Dion now. Let's see if you guys could get it up for us now.
Get it up for him. Heck, we got it up for him 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row without Dion.
Roy, we gonna beat them regardless.
Definitely.
Period.
You're guaranteeing it.
We beating them regardless.
One way or the other.
We beating everybody, Roy. I'm not just talking about this. We're beating everybody. Period. We know this.
We can pull it. Hey,
Period.
You guys are awfully cocky.
No, we're not
Awfully
cocky.
cocky.
Confidence
No, we're
is
not
the
cocky.
word.
We got.
And
I
we
think
will
we got
be.
hunger, we got anger, and we got desire, and we got players that are very determined. Because nobody liked what we went through last year. Nobody likes what we went through.
You
last year.
couldn't even watch the Super Bowl.
I
could
couldn't
you?
even watch it.
It pissed you off.
It hurt. I saw the players around on the field. Man, I turned to television.
Just before the game even started?
Before the game even got started. I couldn't stand to watch it.
And
I
it
could not
was
stand to
crucial.
watch
And you know, I'm sitting there.
I left Miami because I did not
I'm
want to
sitting
be
there.
around.
And the only reason you had to go because we had, you know, there's companies you got contracts with, and they making you come. I was like, I'm not going.
I don't
Me and my
wanna go.
agent fought for it. I said, I'm not going. And that's home for me. You know what I mean? I was
Wait a
like,
minute.
man, I'm sitting there. I said,
let me see if I get this right. You're saying you wouldn't go to your hometown, you wouldn't
I
go
wouldn't
back
go.
to Miami
I wouldn't
because
go.
the 49ers were playing in the Super Bowl because you were in so much pain?
Because we weren't there.
You weren't there.
And no matter, and we weren't there.
Put
And
it this way,
should've
we
been.
got slapped in the face with a reality check last year, for real.
Yeah.
For real. I mean, smack dead, oh, pow!
And there's nothing like it to wake you up. You know, I've
Hey,
said it before, I often wondered, but now I know. I often
Now we
wondered
know.
what was the greatest motivator. You know what I mean? You always say, okay, if I'm successful, will I be more motivated? It's a good motivator. Once you're more
Yes, sir.
successful, you want to accomplish more things. Now, you thought it was money. You know, you get a lot of money, I'm motivated. Yeah, it's a good motivator, but not the greatest. The greatest is failure. Failure of a goal that you wanted so bad when you wanted something so bad.
To the losers go the hang-ups. To the winners go the hangers-on. On Sunday, the Cowboys and the 49ers renew the rivalry, which has often resulted in the coronation of the kings of pro football. This time, Smith and Irvin want the crown back. Are you on a mission?
Mission. I told people back in the summer, I'm on a real mission. I'm just looking for a few good men that want to come with me.
It's a crusade.
Yeah, and it's just a great one, and I'm with him, and he's right, man. We as a unit, though, you know, because people talked about, when they said Dallas today, they talked about all the players that we lost, and to a man, the guys here start saying, well, okay, if we're not bringing in players, if we're losing great talent, then it's up to the people that's here to pick up their level of play to make sure we don't lose ground. That's why, you know, I'm a little lighter, Emmitt comes in lighter, we're moving around a little quicker, Troy doing more things, man, DJ, everybody, Jay's having their best year. So we as a group has tried to pick up our level of play to just make up for the talent that we have lost.
You're saying Dion or no Dion, this is a better football team than last year.
We win.
I think so.
You win.
I think
We
so.
win.
Later, Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin. On the boss, Jerry Jones.
Well, it's been time when the man stated this and stated that and then totally did something different.
But when we return, Steve Young on rallying the troops for one last charge.
There's no excuses. We're a championship team. Let's go get it done. And that's the bottom line.
Up Close is brought to you by Fila.
He's not.
This is my man here. And I ain't nobody that better than him.
Now, you know a lot of people going at home. They're
I
going,
don't
oh,
care.
man.
I don't care what
Jerry
they
Rice,
saying.
the greatest offensive threat in the history of football. How
He
can
might
you say
be.
that? That's
He
what,
might
you know,
be.
that's what people are saying.
He might. I mean, he's a great wide receiver. He really
is a great receiver.
Believe me, I'm saying this because this is my boy. And Mike will probably tell you, I mean, the man has did some unbelievable things. And Jerry is a great wide receiver. But I like to think when it come down to getting very physical and tough and making things happen, I got to stick with my man here.
You a better football player than Jerry Rice?
I don't know if I'm a better football player. I really don't know. I know there's some things that I do well. Some things I do better than Jerry, and there's some things he do better than me.
What do you do better than Jerry?
I think I'm a better line of scrimmage player, if I can say it. I think I'm a better player if a guy comes up and press me than Jerry. Now, Jerry, I think, do great jobs going up the field at a ball. You never see, he's never overthrown because he's got such great closing speed, better than anybody I ever see playing the game.
That's awesome now.
I like being physical in that aspect. I like a guy on my face. I like playing a physical game. I don't know if he likes playing a physical game.
Michael Irvin is going to talk. He's very talented. And he goes out there, he's going to give you 100%. Emmitt Smith, he's the same way. So, you know, it's a challenge, and You look at Dallas, they're going to talk. You look at the 49ers, we just going to try to stay focused and just go out there and win the game. You know, I feel like I'm a complete football player. If you want to play me bump and run, I feel like I have the talent to get away from that. If you want to play me off, I can catch the ball underneath in traffic. And, you know, I feel as a whole that I'm a complete football player.
But you're not a talker like he is. You're not as good a talker. I think you'll admit that.
No, I'm not. You know, Michael is very talkative, and he's good at it. You know, it's almost, it's just like this guy, he goes in and he practice talking, you know, like, because he wants everything to come out smoothly, and he's very good at it.
The players who went out there and won those games should get the recognition that they deserve. The Eric Davis, Tim McDonald, Merton Hanks, all of those guys. You guys didn't give them no respect, and that pissed me off.
Much was made of Rice's angry tirade in the wake of Deion Sanders' criticism of the 49ers secondary. And though Rice respects Sanders' athletic ability, he covets the chance to meet him one-on-one.
Wouldn't you want, in the perfect world, to be one-on-one with Deion? Wouldn't that be the perfect? No double coverage, just one-on-one, and settle it on the field. I know it's not the game. It's not Jerry versus Deion. People aren't turning just for that. But there's part of the game that people want to see, that duel. Wouldn't you want single coverage?
Yeah, I would love it. I would love it because, you know, Deion, he's considered to be the best defensive back to ever play the game. So that's the ultimate challenge.
Do you consider that to be so?
Dion? I feel like, yes. He's very talented.
He's the best to ever play the game?
Well, you know, when he first came into the league, you know, I felt like he was not complete. You know, he had the speed, but he was not physical. But now you can tell he's very talented from all phases.
What's going to happen? Is Jerry and Deion going to go at it head-to-head, one-on-one, do you think?
Well, I hope so sometime anyway, because I think that's what the NFL is all about, and I think that's what people want to see. That's the great thing about it, those personal challenges. But now, we also got to be smart. You know what I mean? We got to do the right thing. If it makes more sense to double Jerry and let Deion take somebody else out, then we should do that. Take a lesson from him. They put a lesson on us last year in that championship game. We went all week thinking Deion was playing me, and pop, he was over somewhere else. Messed up our whole game plan, you know?
So it's the ultimate challenge, and it's the type of situation that you dream about, you know, going up against the best and just to see how you're going to respond to it.
After 11 years in the pros, Jerry Rice has been in too many must games. But the pressure is what he loves, and the game still has what he needs most.
Every record that really matters you've got, or you'll get when it's over. You got 3 Super Bowl rings. You got the respect by everybody as the greatest offensive threat in the history of the game. What keeps you hungry? I asked it of the other guys. What keeps you hungry, Jerry?
I think just the love for the game. I'm still like a little kid out there. I'm drawing plays in the dirt. And, you know, right before the game, I'm very emotional. I have to calm myself down. And that's exactly the same feeling I felt when I stepped onto the field in 1985.
That doesn't change.
No. And those butterflies the night before, just that drive to go out there and get the job done, the competition. And it's something I'm sure, you know, it's going to be very hard to walk away from because it's been a part of my life for so many, many years. But I'm finding so much enjoyment in just going out entertaining people.
You haven't even peaked yet, huh?
No, I'm still a kid, and I think it's more football for me down the road.
Didn't get the three-peat banners at Texas Stadium in '94, but 3 out of 4 in '95 wouldn't do too badly. For Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin, professional football immortality runs through the San Francisco 49ers. And it's payback time. The biggest difference between Sunday's Cowboy-49er game will be which side number 21 plays on. Deion Sanders is wearing a Cowboy jersey now and not playing for the 49ers. What does this man bring? Forget the money. That's hype.
Oh, we don't
That's
way
hype.
forgot about
Forget the money. What's he bring? Why is he such a big difference?
I think he's a big difference because he's a threat. He's an offensive player playing defense. And knowing that he finds the ball and chases the ball down like a Michael Irvin chases the ball down trying to catch him as a wide receiver. And that's something, and when he catches it, he's going to make something happen with it.
Michael, why?
Attitude, total confidence in himself.
Yeah.
It's hard to see that.
Everybody knows that, yeah. And see, that's exactly it. Everybody see it and say, man, that boy's got confidence in himself. And most coordinators, they don't even throw his way. He's smart. Roy, people don't know how smart this
They really don't.
But I hear stuff like he don't like to stick his head in the play, don't like to make the tackle, don't like to go over the middle.
That's always, and I've always heard it. And you know, and the reason I say he's the best corner in the league, and I said that before he was here. I said, people say, well, why do you say he's the best? I said, because if I find a small corner, I feel I can muscle him. If I find a big corner that's not real fast, you know, I can out-quick him. But Deion is both of them. He's big, and he's got the quickness.
But how can
he's got the muscle, and he is not, I'm telling you, Deion's no pushover, man. He's a physical fellow on that line of scrimmage.
These people say Prime's gonna come here and cause a disturbance to everybody. He's got this and that. Are you mad about the money?
No, I'm not mad about the money at all. Matter of fact, I still want to sell you my house.
All right.
Sanders was signed for a reported $35 million in a highly controversial and once contested Cowboy contract. His signing bonus surpassed the total of Emmitt Smith's 4-year contract, a contract Smith was awarded only after he had held out for 2 games in 1993. Jerry Jones took you aside in the midst of the Deion furor and said, don't worry, Emmitt, I will take care of you. Do you trust him that that will be true?
Well, even though we went through what I went through the second time with Jerry, you still have to have faith in the man. I mean, I totally don't rule or disregard anything out. I think a person can find some fault in what they've done. I think a person can change, and I think a man can be honest one point in time in his life, if not more than one point in time in his life. So, you know, I take what he say, and I file it away. But in order to make it a reality, I have to see it actually happen.
Are you implying, Mr. Smith, you said he can be honest one time in his life, that there have been opportunities where he wasn't, shall we say, above board to Mr. Smith?
Well, there's been time when the man stated this and stated that and then totally did something different. But yet the bottom line came down, I still ended up signing. So, you know, I understand a lot of things going in the parts of negotiating, and you know, I believe that Jerry, deep down in Jerry's heart, I think he is an honest man, and he tried to do it a fair way.
Okay, now we're talking to a guy who's maybe the best friend in life of Deion Sanders. Were you in any way in an awkward position? I mean, this is your brother, man. Mm-hmm. And Deion's your other brother. And you're in the middle of there, and you know that this guy's steamed when he sees the numbers.
As long as we all brothers, it don't matter.
Right.
You know,
it didn't break your heart.
It really did.
It didn't hurt. It didn't hurt. See those numbers. You held out for 2 games, man. 2 games. You gave up some of your soul.
You know what I said when I saw that? I looked at this and said, this man has an opportunity here. The opportunity to leverage between 2 different sports, baseball and football. So he has a lot of leverage. He's a total free agent. Not only that, but he got 2 different sports bidding for him. And not only that, but he got 5 other teams bidding for him. So his price is definitely going to go up.
But you got a long memory, though, right?
Yeah,
for someday, you're going to have a long memory.
So for someday, I will.
And because of what happened, I think that's all the more reason Jerry's put in a position where he's got to step up and make it work this time. You know, and quite honestly, he is. I mean, people around here are not going to have it. We didn't have Emmitt. We lost 2 games. Emmitt come back, we win the rest of the games and win the Super Bowl. Don't take a genius to figure out what's happening here. You know, I mean, it really don't take a genius to figure out how important this guy to my right is. The thing is, Jerry was intelligent enough before he made that final decision with Deion to sit down and talk to me. He sat down and talked with Emmitt, sat down and talked with Troy, and his words were to us, if any one of you guys don't want this to happen, I promise you this will not happen. I'll pull out of it right now. And we didn't have a problem with it, and that's the reason he's here.
You know, I'm all for whatever it takes to help build his team and make this team stronger. And if getting Deion is on the squad, helping this team get better and increases our chance to go to the Super Bowl, I'm all for it.
Michael, I want to know what that recruiting room was like with you and Deion. What kind of recruiting pitch did you get? Come to this college here.
You know what? I tell you what. All he wanted to know was how was the guys? How's the guys? This guy, how's that guy? You know, how's this guy? How will he act? Will they be upset if I sign for this kind of money, that kind of money? I said, time, you know, around here, we have unspoken laws. Once we hit the football field, we don't even bring up who makes what. We don't even do it. And I'll give you there's an incident happened a couple of years ago on the airplane with a player. you know, and as a matter of fact, Emmitt was involved in it. The player was messing with Emmitt. Said, hey, man, don't do that again, what's happening on the airplane. And we didn't say anything about it. Then I heard this one player, the player say, man, I don't care about your hamstring hurt, all that money you make. And I mean, we erupt on the plane, because you don't do that here.
Can you give me any initials?
No,
Emmitt didn't do anything. Emmitt, he said nothing. It's the guys, everybody else that said something like, hey, man, look here, that's against the law here. If you don't know, you need to know. We don't do that. Once we step on the football field,
not all
we leave
about
business
money.
in the business office. We step on the football field to win as a team. Everybody's out there as equal. You know, I say it all the time. Nobody walks in front of anybody. Nobody walks in back of anybody. We all walk together.
Back to our up-close primetime look at Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin. In a way, their relationship was destiny. They had Florida in common. They both endured hardship. But both men grew up determined, confident, and their athletic talents took them to places they'd only dreamed of. When you were a little kid, you used to eat cornflakes with tap water because you didn't have milk.
I still do.
I still do.
Still do.
They be stealing my Fruity Pebbles, put water in them, man. I be like tripping.
Old habits are hard to break.
But you eat mayonnaise sandwiches, ketchup sandwiches.
Yeah, them were the days.
You remember what it was like to sleep in a bed with 3 or 4 brothers. Until you got to college, you didn't sleep in a bed alone. You drive along in that Mercedes, not with tinted windows, with clear windows, because you want everyone.
I laugh sometimes at a lot of things, Roy. I laugh at work, because I laugh and say, man, you know, I was there, and now I'm here. You know, when I say here, meaning how blessed, I realize how blessed I am.
What keeps you hungry if you're no longer really hungry?
It is a strong desire, a desire to be the best. Hey, this guy, you know, what keeps him going? You win one Russian championship, you win another Russian title. Well, why you keep wanting them? You keep wanting them. Why don't you just sit down and say, I've done enough? You got the desire, and it burns. It kills you, man. It absolutely burns. If football, or my desire to be the best in football, if it's not going right, then my life's not going right.
What keeps me hungry is the fact that I know I did it one time, and I want to do it again and again and again and again. And when I don't do it again, it's a big letdown. So I want to do everything in my power to fight to get back there so I can do it again and again and again. And it seems like no matter, the more you do it, you become the standard.
Their games define their personalities. Smith is a hard-driving, no-nonsense workhorse.
I love it, man. I get a thrill out of watching people miss me.
Irvin, a dashing, dancing, fun-loving, but intensely dedicated free spirit.
A stallion, Roy.
A stallion.
A stallion.
And when the Cowboys season ended with a hug last year in San Francisco, the friendship, already strong, was redefined. For both men found the special bond that is rare among men. And the game is over and the two of you hug. And I know there were tears shed because you don't even know if you're coming back to the Cowboys last year. What were you thinking about the emotions at the end of that game and the utter disappointment?
I'm like, man, don't leave me. Don't leave me here by myself. And that's all I could say to him. That's the only thing that was on my mind was him being out on the free agent market. Knowing what kind of player he really is and knowing that somebody could have swept him.
So when you hug him and he says, don't leave me, what'd you say?
I said, I don't even remember. I remember hugging, I remember crying with him, and I remember I said, okay. I just said, okay, and I couldn't take it. I ran off the field and ran in the locker room.
When's the time you realized that you really loved each other?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good question.
When's the time you said, that's something I love? That's a great
I tell you, the first time I said, that's my boy. That's my boy. It was, you had just got here, and we took your car and went and watched Miami. We went to 8 with Miami, the Hurricanes. And It was about 55
degrees,
degrees,
he's
50
outside.
degrees. And, you know, we young boy, we rolling out, man. We want to impress the young rookies.
So
we
dropped
lit
the
his
top.
roof back, and we were freezing off. I was like, oh, man, we freezing.
We pull up at Larry's down there when Miami eating their dinner. They're getting ready to play Texas in the Cotton Bowl. We pull up at Larry's, the drop top down, the music blaring, we bump it.
50 degrees.
It's 50 degrees smoke. I mean, you can see the frost coming out of our mouth when we talk, man. We get at the car, all cool and stuff like this cold weather don't affect us, boy. Oh, deep down in our heart, we freezing our behinds off, our bones shaking.
We had a good time. We had a good time that whole night. We sat there and ate with the guys, and then somebody asked him a question, what are you doing down there? You're a Gator. He said, no, I'm a Florida boy. And you know, I think that was the time that we really started our special bond.
At 26, Emmitt Smith has 8,000 yards and 2 Super Bowl rings. This season, he's shown no signs of slowing down as he leads the NFL in rushing. He's already in the top 20 rushers and touchdown leaders all time. But his eyes are on the only prize that matters to him, another Super Bowl title.
You want your name to be there in that word great. And sometimes great is overused. But you want to be in the classification of the best. And when the best is called out, you want to be able to stand out and say, okay, I gave it all I had, and I deserve to be the best, and I worked hard to be the best, and no one can ever take that away from me.
Michael Irvin stays hungry, even after his belly and his wallet are full. He plays for his past, for a pride of a family of 17, and he remembers his father's courage.
You know, I remember watching my father, you know, on his dying bed. I remember hearing my father say, you know, Doc, I don't know how long I can take this. And then the doctor asked my father, you know, he was dying of a brain and throat tumor. He said, Mr. Irvin, is the pain that great that you can't take the pain? He said, Doc, not the physical pain. It's the pain of my family seeing me in this condition. You know, at that point, I realized this man was put here, and he understands the reason why he was put here, is to take care of his family. What greater man gives of himself? And then in his time of need and he's hurt, all he think about is the people that he's always taken care of. At that point, man, I said, I don't know why I'm in this room, but I'm glad I'm in this room. And I know my reason, my purpose, is to make sure the people that love me and took care of me, I take care of them. And if we all feel that way and we all go about it that way, it'll be a better world because we all have an appreciation for each other.